Welcome to Some Topic, the podcast where two dangerously underqualified individuals tackle an ever-changing buffet of subjects we have no business discussing. From global politics to ghost squirrels, nothing is off limits, and nothing is properly researched. We are your hosts, two voices with microphones, a Wi-Fi connection, and just enough confidence to sound like we know what we're talking about. Spoiler, we don't. But that's never stopped anyone with a podcast before, and we refuse to be the first. Every week, we plunge headfirst into topics both serious and stupid, usually at the same time, armed only with sarcasm, caffeine, and a dangerous overestimation of our own coherence. Whether it's philosophy, politics, pop culture, or paranormal rodents, we approach each subject like two raccoons who broke into the Library of Alexandria, knocked over a torch, and now insist the fire was enlightenment. Our findings? Improvised. Our sources? Suspect. Our method? Whatever we yanked from our asses while marching proudly up the hill of stupidity, ready to fall honorably in the fog of ego, ontological confusion, and the blood-slick ruins of abandoned discourse. It's too late to turn back now. Your descent has begun. And we, your casually deranged hosts, will guide you in style straight through the crumbling ruins of reason. Listener discretion is enthusiastically advised. This podcast contains strong language, stronger delusions, and a persistent disregard for intellectual safety. If you're easily offended, chronically literal, or spiritually fragile, please relax your chakras, unclench whatever needs unclenching, and consider yelling at a tree instead. This is not journalism. This is not education. This is comedy. This is play. This is Some Topic.
When a man and a woman like each other very, very much, they have happy fun time. And they go on dates and they do lots and lots of stuff. Now, the good advice they give you. What is that good advice they give you, Sam? Sam?
Before you ping-pong with ching-chong, you must sing-song and rap ding-dong.
Ah, yes. Which this
is that the answer you were looking for?
Not the slightest.
I mean, hey, I'm just here to help out. I don't know what you want from me. I heard something about ancient Chinese proverbs and went for it.
Yes, ancient Chinese proverb.
Yes, you must ring wrap your ding-a-ling before you swing a ping.
Do not put your dick in crazy.
No, that's a Japanese proverb. They found out what happened with that with Pearl Harbor.
That means that they fucked America.
They did? What do you consider Pearl Harbor? It's a pretty good little intrusion up the rear if I ever heard of one.
I didn't know that we were into anal cavities being penetrated
How about
as a
you
country.
don't attack our beautiful volcanic islands? Like, that's like a bully walking up to your little sister. And instead of punching her, he just specifically takes a massive piss on her nice pink beret.
Good for them.
Like, you didn't even attack me. You attacked the decorations I have adorned myself with. Now, all that having been said,
It is so not anywhere near.
welcome back to episode Who Knows What of Some Topic.
Where
Today's topic.
we give the sagely advice.
What? What is sage? In advice. I don't know these words.
I'm aware.
However, welcome to the lie of just be yourself.
Oh, yes.
People love to say just be yourself, which is kind of funny because nobody actually means that at all. What they really mean is be yourself.
Don't show
But
crazy.
the version of yourself that already works here. Be yourself, but not too loud, not too quiet, not too honest, not too strange, not too intense, not too calm. Just be yourself in a way that makes me feel comfortable.
Yeah, you can't just go and show up and be like, here's my freak on the first date.
It only works for people who are already rewarded. If yourself was welcomed early in life, you think the system is fair. But if not, you learn to translate yourself before speaking. Some people get told, be yourself, because their personality already passes the interview. Other people get told, don't do that, you're fucking retarded. So, Nick.
You have always told me that.
Are you retarded?
Yes, I am.
Ah!
Can confirm.
You've heard it here first, folks.
Yes. Breaking news.
Nick is
Retarded.
retardo.
I learned from the best. Thank you, Sam. I got my degree in retardation from
Now,
the professor of
I would love
the
to
school
hear from you, Nick.
of Hard Knocks. Retard.
At what point in your life did somebody tell you, just be yourself? And it either A, really didn't make sense, you did not understand what that actually means, or B, did you actually just follow it at face value? And how did that end for you? We'll give him a moment to thank, audience. And in this moment, we'll thank our sponsors.
Blue Chew?
ChatGPT.
Oh.
Because when I forgot to prepare a topic for an episode, luckily, I have enough scripts that I have submitted into ChatGPT specifically to help me come up with extra topics when I have forgotten to come with one. So today's topic is brought to you by...
Blue Chew.
Huh?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
No, not Blue Chew. We ain't trying to get hard here.
We're trying to make it easy.
It's brought to you by LSD.
Ah.
Get in touch with your creative side. As Nike says, just do it.
Should we put a disclaimer in this episode that no drugs were used during the production or finalized posting of said video?
No, please assume that all drugs were consumed in the making of this episode.
All right. So you asked me when, in general.
When was the first time that you heard that saying, just be yourself? And in that instance, did you actually follow it at face value?
I remember your dad. I don't remember the first time anybody ever gave me that advice. But I know I've heard that advice.
So it probably came from my father.
Your father has said it to me through you, if that makes sense.
Okay.
In the sense of when I was courting the... I don't know what we would call her.
What, practice?
Yeah, when I was courting practice.
Was this the practice with the addendum of children, or was this the practice that just wasn't ready to practice?
First one with children.
The one with children. Got it.
Yeah.
The dishwasher.
No. This was before. This was after
before the dishwasher.
No, this was after that. This was before.
After dishwasher.
This was practice with controlling mother.
Ah, that one. Okay.
Now we're on the same
Understood.
Page. So
this was not practice with children. This was practice with mother-in-law.
I thought you meant that she wanted
fine.
children.
You're fine.
So it was one of those going on a date, and your father had given the grandiose idea of like, hey, here's a good date, here's a good place to go. And it was one of those moments where it's like, this is really fucking weird, because it was like, show up on her doorstep, like, and then just go on a date, and just go be a natural person, and actually go and
just
socialize.
go do a thing. Yes.
Yeah. And I was just myself, and it worked. The thing is that it was, I think that the crux of that question is be yourself under these guidelines. That's kind of the hidden point, I think.
It
It's
is a
not
little bit
said,
more
but
of a
implied.
subtle way of saying, get your head out of your ass and stop overanalyzing. Yes. Just be yourself. Don't overthink it. Just do it.
And then
That's fair.
it worked out, and then it was outside external factors that stopped it from going further. And
Like we said, practice with a mother-in-law.
correct. And that practice came in handy.
Yes.
And now I'm with my devotion. So that all to be said, I even think you told me then, be yourself. And I was. And she was duly impressed with what she saw.
Now, to provide a little external context here, you're both engineers. So no, you didn't have to act like a normal, sociable, exciting person. You just had to be a fellow engineer.
Well,
So for once, yes, be yourself did work in your favor.
correct. It's just, there is so much more to a human being than you could ever display in one sitting, right? Like, how do you know their tendencies for anger, for different emotional moments, so on and so forth? So to be yourself, it's kind of it's an ambiguous statement. It's not very specific, and like I was saying earlier, there are guidelines associated with that statement.
So it's only useful advice when you understand those guidelines.
I think so, and it also depends on the context of when you were saying it. If you're going to go meet the president of the United States, or if you're going to go meet the president of any country,
Don't be yourself, Nick. Whatever the
correct.
fuck you do.
Correct.
Do not be yourself.
Correct. You gotta dress up. You gotta.
They will fucking KGB your ass so quick.
I didn't know that the U.S. had the KGB, but okay.
We do for people like you.
Good. Good. I've
'Cause
met
just
me.
like them, you very soon won't exist.
I've met me. Good. Good. There are other people like me. There's only so much retard you can have in one social setting.
Ah. No,
You and I cap it out.
I have
bub.
seen proof. You can, in fact, pile more onto it.
I don't know, man.
So
you and I cap
fantastic.
it out.
When in your life has just be yourself not worked out?
Oh, school. School's a big one. That's it.
Care to elaborate beyond one word?
No, because fuck you.
Okay. So,
No.
Nick,
So
during this interview, just be yourself. It's okay.
no, fuck
I
you.
just want to get an image of you
Fuck
as a living, breathing being,
Fuck you. No.
as this clump of cells and consciousness
The mitochondria, hear me out.
is the powerhouse.
No. Is a powerhouse of a cell. And there are multiple power cells inside of you.
And they're all telling you to just be yourself.
All right, so
Okay.
in school, be yourself, make friends, right? It works to an extent, but there is that everybody does the sheep mentality. So it's really hard to take that advice and actually get
You mean
something.
the herd mentality?
Yes,
Okay.
and sheep.
Well,
They-
the sheep is more of the victim mentality, but the herd mentality is more of a collective consciousness.
Well, yes, I said what I said. The sheep mentality. They're all fucking bitches. They're all on their phone, going on to the next trend and trying to who can get laid next, right? My point to this is that
Were cell phones that prevalent for you in middle school?
yes,
Huh. Okay.
and then being able to
Dude, like, I swear, I'm right on that fucking gap of, like, again, literally 2 to 3 years after me, phones were that prevalent around in
yeah.
middle school and whatnot. For me, like, phones existed, but they weren't smartphones yet. They really didn't have any social media on them yet. And heaven fucking forbid it was not in your locker or in your backpack. It
Yeah.
was a fucking problem.
well, I remember at the like at the beginning, if you had your phone out, they'd confiscate it, right? But it was also like they hadn't set the rules or the standards for if your phone went off in class. So I remember there were moments where I just pick it up because fuck you, it's a phone and I'm cool and I just want to know who's calling me. 9 times out of 10 it was my mom, but it was okay because it was my mom.
Yeah, no, so it was the whole, hey, I'm breaking the rule, but you can't tell me not to because it's my mom. But
Correct.
why was your mother calling you during school hours?
Why was yours not?
Because it was school hours. She knew I was in school, at class.
That sounds like a personal problem, buddy.
Why, did your mother not realize? Oh, hey, he got on the bus this morning. He's at school. That means he's in class. I shouldn't call him.
Well, it is infinitely easier to call your child than go through the entire system of schools. I got to call the front office. They got to call
What
me
can't wait till later?
that I want to get out of school, or I have a doctor's appointment, or hey, you forgot this on the blah blah blah, and I dropped it off at the front office.
That could have been a text.
Could have, but it wasn't. Again, this was at the beginning
Okay.
before they had set the rules.
I know. It's fine.
I don't know what to
It's
tell you.
fine. It's amazing that 2 years of fucking age gap can make me feel this fucking old that I can't relate because our phones couldn't do that stuff and because the rules were strict enough to where, yeah, it didn't just get confiscated. It was confiscated, turned into the dean's office, and the dean had to be the one to hand it off to your parent.
Well, that right there. I never had a dean. I had an assistant principal I was on a first name basis with.
Well, so in elementary school, I had a principal, an assistant principal. They knew me pretty well. But middle school, it was dean of students. And same with high school.
Yeah, you went to the rich
Well,
people.
except for when I was at the public schools for a while. Those had presidents.
You went to the rich people places.
No, I got sent to the indoctrination camps. Now, I will say, talking to another much younger alumni, well, I guess she's not an alumni yet, attendee who will soon be an alumni this graduation season,
Okay.
they did a complete overhaul and restructuring. The whole indoctrination I went through when I was there just doesn't exist anymore, and that is fascinating and fantastic. It's wonderful. Now it's just a rich people school. But before, whoo, baby.
So, for you, because for me, be yourself didn't work in school.
I know, but why? We got on the phone tangent, sorry.
No, you're good. It was a clashing of ideals. Like, fuck you, this is me.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't always work. And then I was never one of the popular kids. So for me, I was always a swimmer. I would go and swim. I'd do this, X, Y, and Z. And then, you'd have the person on the football team that made a bunch of friends with all these other people. And then I was always taught never to fight back. So if there was a verbal sparring, you don't fight back. And if there was any type of moment where altercations that got physical, you basically got your balls chopped off to where you couldn't fight back to actually handle your problems. And there was moments where I could have. If I didn't, I get expelled from school. My mom looks at me and thinks I'm nothing but a scoundrel and a bandit and a
Rapscallion.
Rapscallion. That's
Yes.
a good word.
You're welcome.
Today's word of
I've been called plenty of them.
rapscallion.
No, just plenty of words.
That I can see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so it's
But who told you to be yourself? In school.
in school.
Like, because we all know that's the worst advice ever in social environments.
I know that now. I think when I was going through it, it was either my parents told me that, or it was I had picked it up somehow,
It was
somewhere
the
from
dear
social.
sweet, oh no, honey, just be yourself. You'll have friends. That kind of thing.
That or I just picked it up along the way from like social media.
Mm. Was social media that prevalent when you were in middle school?
Yes.
Hmm.
At least like not the meme culture and all the
No.
different
But like at the starting
like,
of Facebook,
bloggers.
it was all about how many friends you had.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I never did the MySpace thing because all the kids like 2 grades above us did the MySpace thing. And so I didn't want to do it because that wasn't cool.
Yeah,
That's what
older
they did.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when were you told, be yourself?
Oh, never. I was fucked up from the beginning.
Yeah, that tracks.
So, I always interpreted just be yourself as just be a chameleon. Be a mirror.
Yeah, how'd that
Be
go for
whatever
you?
the other person is reflecting towards you and energy they're putting out. Simply reflect it back, and that's what they're expecting and what they want to see. So be casual. This isn't formal. Number one, this is not formal. This is not the opportunity for etiquette. This is not the opportunity for precise choreographed movements and speech. This is the opportunity and environment where candor is required. And
Candor?
Mhm.
You mean candor?
Yeah, sorry.
Candor is a Superman thing.
I don't even know what that is.
That's the capital of Krypton.
Yeah, I would never have known that.
I know
Anyways,
a lot about random
yes.
BS.
Anyways, candor is required, but also being personable. But be personable in a way that actually improves the other person's opinion of you. So that's what be yourself meant to me. It's time for mimicry. It is time to blend in and reflect.
Does that hinder you or make it better?
Oh, I mean, my chameleon skills and manipulation skills were just through the fucking roof because of that.
Yeah, but did it detract from anything?
Well, I never learned how to be myself, so yes.
Oh.
Because I was doing that 24/7 in every environment, every interaction, every situation, including within the home. But regardless of my shortcomings, Nick...
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, my exhalations have always been excelling.
Sometimes we don't know which end.
Now, the few opportunities... There was, like, 3 different times I can remember in, like, middle school dating and whatnot, where somebody would convince me to just be myself. And this was normally when people were trying to set me up on dates, or asking me to be a wingman and go on a double date with them and their girl and whoever their girl was bringing and whatnot. And the answer always was, oh, just be yourself. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. Well, the few times I did that, I had a blast.
I bet you did.
They did not.
Oh, boy.
But I had a great time. I think the worst one was at a middle school dance. Because unless it was ballroom, tap, or ballet, which I had like formal training in all 3 of those, or swing dancing, I don't know how to dance. My idea of rhythm is following the script music. But if I don't have the sheet music, if I don't have the sheet music in front of me, then I don't actually know the tempo, and I don't know how to move. So someone said just be yourself. I was dancing with the black kids, and that was not the answer at my private Christian school.
That's shitty.
So it worked out great for me.
Yeah.
So be yourself. It's very misleading. 90% of the time, it's more of a caution, red flag, alert, hey, pay attention. You need to be acting in a certain specific way without making it known that it's an act.
Well, even when you're dating, right, there's only so much time before the facade of whatever you're choosing to impersonate fades or breaks apart, or there's a chip in the armor. So
yeah, it's called 90 days.
I think
3-month rule.
I literally think that the 90 days is some kind of it's got to be on Netflix. It's like a chick thing where it's a dating dating TV show.
I mean, they might have turned it into one, but the whole theory of why it's 90 days and why it's 3 months is an entire different social study. It's almost impossible for somebody to run a con or play a character for more than 3 months without something conflicting popping up within those 3 months.
What's the longest someone's ever done a con?
I don't know. How many years have I lived?
We don't know that one.
There you go.
So again, you can cut through all the bullshit by being yourself, but it doesn't work when you have to do any type of socializing, any type of work in an environment where there are a multitude of people. Because at that point, it's a different rule set. There are 80 people, and you were just over here being yourself. That doesn't necessarily do the cohesiveness that you need to survive. Whereas if you are with one other individual, you can see if you have compatibility, whether that's being a friend, a partner, romance, blah, 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 blah. So I find everything somebody says always comes with intent and some kind of thought process on their end. And it's always trying to understand where they're coming from, right? And that in itself is a fucking pain in the ass to try and interpret and do. Like they have books on all of that trying to interpret how people think.
Right. So, then, in the words of ChatGPT,
Oh boy.
would you agree that authenticity becomes a performance when somebody is trying to be themselves?
I think authenticity is based off of perception and depends mostly on timing. I'm not going to be authentic in the midst of I can't even think of a good example. Let's say I'm a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu or taekwondo or insert whatever. I know how to fight and kick people's asses. Authentically, I know how to kick your ass. But I get into a bar fight, I want to walk away because there's legal ramifications. So now I'm not being authentic to my skills, right?
Sure.
I'm not sure that's a great example, but that's the one I can think of.
So when would you tell someone to be themselves? In what circumstance?
When there's no threat to your life, when it's more one-on-one or at least in a small group setting, and when you have the luxury of actually being able to pause and almost kind of let your defenses down. I would say if you can't do those three things, then...
So metered vulnerability. We interrupt this podcast to bring you either a raccoon intern broadcast, a liminal space service message, an HR policy memoranda, listener surveillance notices, trash theology sermons, or the ever-present system malfunction emergency alerts. Please stand by. Trash Theology Sermon 3. The bin giveth and the bin taketh away, usually depending on pickup day. I need to address a structural issue within the intern nutritional program. We refined caffeine protocols, we've implemented recovery measures, but one variable remained unstable: baseline nutrition. You can't build sustained performance on coffee and regret alone. You can optimize spikes, you can mitigate crashes, but if the system is depleted, you mistake stimulants for sustenance. Performance wasn't just chaotic, it was inconsistent. That's when we introduced Zevo Life. It's a patented microalgae designed to support steady energy, digestion, and overall vitality, helping your system operate consistently instead of constantly compensating. Packed with essential amino acids, vitamins A, B12, E, and K, antioxidants, minerals, and bioactive compounds, all within a single teaspoon. It's not stimulation, it's foundation. We added it to the intern's daily allocation, and the Intern Nutritional Authority has adopted it into long-term protocols. You can get 30% off your entire order when you use code TOPIC at zevo.life. And for transparency's sake, like a raccoon gazing into the future through a rearview mirror, we'll tell you plainly, the show earns a commission when you use code TOPIC. So you're not just upgrading your nutrition, you're reinforcing the structure that carries you through life's impacts. Nick, myself, and the Intern Nutritional Authority thank you for investing in the long game. We interrupt this podcast to bring you either a raccoon intern broadcast, a liminal space service message, an HR policy memoranda, listener surveillance notices, trash theology sermons, or the ever-present system malfunction emergency alerts. Please stand by. Trash Theology Sermon 1. In the beginning, the trash was without form and void, but raccoons saw that it could be organized. Vulnerability.
That's an interesting way. Yeah, that's an interesting term. Okay. Metered.
Well, yeah. Without controlled release, it's just called leakage. Like, let's be real.
Sorry, I'm just leaking everywhere.
Sorry, I was just bleeding through here.
I like that leakage. Yeah, sorry, I just had a really bad breakup. I'm having a leakage problem.
Sorry,
right
I'm
now
just
from my
leaking real quick.
My tear ducts are just leakage.
I mean, it's either that or spillage, but, one
S-
just sounds like petroleum.
One sounds like you slit their throat and they're spilling everywhere.
Dude, what's a little permeation between the walls?
I don't know.
Okay.
So yeah, metered vulnerability, because if you're vulnerable to the wrong person, they can take advantage of that.
So then, for our younger listeners, for those with a developmental mind, how would you advise them to interpret when someone tells them to be themselves? Is this more of a cautionary alert? Hey, by the way, you're about to enter this environment, so be in mind to be authentic, but with some discernment? Or is it more of a, oh yeah, just be, unapologetically you and watch the world burn?
I think the I think the third one's not possible, in the sense that if everybody had the mentality, well, okay, somebody's gonna get butt hurt and the world's gonna really burn. I think the essence comes more down to, you have to find people, because no matter if you're a man or a woman, you need other humans. No man is an island, right? You need other humans.
Well, every man should be a nation unto themselves, but sure.
Well, yes, but you can't. You need to interact with other people.
Yes.
To be healthy.
Socialization is required.
Yes, to be healthy, you have to interact with other human beings, not just dogs.
Well, look, I mean, with enough dogs,
Yes, you got a sled team. What's your
about
point?
every 4 dogs equals a person, in my opinion.
Them some good odds.
So with a sled team, I mean, I already got 3 people right there,
Well, there you go.
plus a leader.
And some dogs do have a personality.
Well, that's why about 4 of them makes a human.
Oh boy. So, I think in a general sense, you have to be guarded and defensible towards most things, because you don't know, especially in this day and age where everything's recorded and everybody's a fucking,
Anything can get clipped.
yeah, and everything can be taken out of context. So you have to be guarded with the people that are actually, like, you intuitively know it because you can see it, because you're inside your own head every single day, short of.
So be careful who you give access to yourself.
Correct.
Okay.
And you need to meter vulnerability. Give yourself the access, give yourself the, I'm trying to think of the right word. Give yourself the privilege to connect with another human being. Whether that's a friend, whether that's your siblings, whether that's your parents, whether that is your.
So be authentic, but be conscious about it.
That's a lot better way of putting it. Less wordy than mine, but yes.
Oh, I'm just here to condense the tisms.
Hey, I learned from the best.
Hey, you emit the raw tisms. I'm just simply here to distill and disseminate.
What are you, a brewer now?
I am a thesaurus.
I said brewer.
Well, hey.
I take my tism juice, and this already sounds gay. My tism juice, and you just distill it to sensibleness, and distribute it amongst our.
Disseminate, yes.
I don't know what the fuck that means. It sounds like a sperm
God.
term.
Please, please ask Siri what the difference between dissemination and distribution is.
What does dissemination mean, and what does distribution mean, and what is the difference between said terminologies?
Okay, I found this on the web for what is the difference between said terminologies. Check it out.
All right, I'm gonna.
Good job.
I'm so glad
Thanks,
we
Siri.
did that.
Literally just ask what is the difference between dissemination and distribution.
Well, it didn't even listen to me. So dissemination and distribution
Yes.
are the words. –
I'm truly eager to hear.
While dissemination and distribution both involve spreading something, they differ in their focus, the nature of what is being shared, and the level of control involved. Dissemination, a focus on information and impact. The word comes from the Latin for scattering seeds. Wow, this already sounds gay. It is used when you want ideas, knowledge, or research to reach a wide, often anonymous audience to influence thinking or behavior. Distribution is the focus on logistics and recipients. Distribution is more mechanical and controlled. It involves tangible items from a central point to a specific known target. I said what I said. It sounds the same.
That's why I'm laughing, because you were forming the idea as two completely separate entities. I'm like, no, I literally just found an alternative word that's slightly more accurate to the context of a podcast to what you used.
All I heard is I'm right. So, again, what you were saying.
So let's refocus here for a moment.
Refocus
For
on
our
some
young
topic.
users, for our young listeners. I say users. I don't know what we're providing you to use, but please
Yes.
clip me as much as you would like.
Gotta put that some topic in the veins.
You're welcome.
I don't know how you make
Anyways.
MP3 tangible.
Oh, that's easy. Make it an MP4 so you can throw it at them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We just, stick it in a USB
The mythical
and throw
fourth
it?
dimension that doesn't exist.
Ah.
Yeah.
You mean time?
No. I'm referring more to Futurama. Anyways,
I never saw it.
for our younger listeners, how would you explain how to interpret when somebody tells you just be yourself? What should actually go through your mind? How should you approach the next situation when you hear the phrase just be yourself?
That is not. I don't know how to answer that without experience. You got to crash and burn a few fucking times in a colossal manner.
Well, there'll always be mistakes.
These are some big ass
But should they
mistakes.
sincerely just take it at face value and just be themselves? Unreservedly and unrestrictively? Or should they know that they're going into a situation where authenticity should be primarily focused, but it should be metered slightly and controlled?
I think it's
Or is it truly, like I did, is it, hey, it's time to put on a character, time to put on a mask, because you're about to walk into the lion's den?
I think if you assume that everything is a lion's den, you will always be on guard. And you will always hate your life. Because you're always thinking there's some danger around the corner. Or there's a danger in that social setting. So that's not necessarily a good way of approaching it. I think being guarded at first is a good idea, and letting the other person and allowing them to talk and hear what they have to say about whatever your context situation is, I believe that is the better path, and you can see if you resonate with what they are saying. You don't want to be a Democrat, walk into a Republican household and start spewing all your fucking viewpoints, because then you're offending somebody, and then you went there because you were going to see the family, right? You didn't go there to talk politics.
Not the time to be yourself.
Correct.
We interrupt this podcast to bring you either a Raccoon Intern broadcast, a liminal space service message, an HR policy memoranda, listener surveillance notices, trash theology sermons, or the ever-present system malfunction emergency alerts. Please stand by. Trash Theology Sermon 2. Verily I say unto thee, one's worth is not in what they throw away, but what they are willing to dive back in for. I need to address an issue regarding the unpaid interns. While overall productivity has improved, there's a recurring decline following what they described as after-hours research. Translation, excess beverages were consumed. The next morning metrics were predictable. Cognitive clarity, compromised. Regret index, elevated. Sunlight compatibility, low. That's when we implemented liqueur gummies. They're formulated with DHM, which helps your body process alcohol, along with milk thistle, B vitamins, electrolytes, and ginger root to support recovery and hydration. You enjoy your evening, you support recovery. You wake up to regret your decisions with a clear head and a settled stomach. You can get 20% off your entire order when you use code TOPIC at liqueur.com. And for transparency's sake, like a raccoon peering through a kaleidoscope attempting to intuit your future by reading tea leaves, we'll warn you. The show earns a commission when you use code TOPIC. So you're not just protecting tomorrow, you're supporting the continued operational stability of the interns. Nick, myself, and the Intern Nutritional Authority thank you for your patronage. I need to give a brief update regarding the unpaid interns. For last fiscal quarter, their caffeine habits were entirely self-funded through dumpster-based nutrition and used coffee grounds rescued from the trash compactor behind the local prison. As you can imagine, results were inconsistent. Archival accuracy, unstable. Claw precision, questionable. Midday existential collapse, guaranteed. It was a difficult quarter. But that ends today. We've transitioned the entire intern program to Strong Coffee Company. Their black blend has 15 grams of protein, 5 grams of MCTs, and adaptogens like ashwagandha and L-theanine. So instead of spike and crash routines, it's a sustained focus. The results speak for themselves. If you're going to drink coffee anyway, it might as well pull its weight. You can get 20% off your entire order when you use code TOPIC at strongcoffeecompany.com. And for transparency's sake, like a raccoon peering through a mason jar instead of a magnifying glass while searching for mythic relics buried in a landfill, we'll tell you plainly. The show earns a commission when you use code TOPIC. So if you grab some, you're not just upgrading your coffee. You're funding structured nutrition for the interns. Nick, myself, and the Intern Nutritional Authority thank you for your service.
We interrupt this podcast to bring you either a Raccoon Intern broadcast, a liminal space service message, an HR policy memoranda, listener surveillance notices, trash theology sermons, or the ever-present system malfunction emergency alerts. Please stand by. Trash Theology Sermon 4. Remember, cleanliness is next to loneliness. Seek the comfort of clutter.
So it's understanding why you're going into such a situation, what you are trying to glean from the other person, and then seeing if it actually works with what you truly believe and value.
So be as authentic as the environment allows.
Yes, and I think it also comes with the caveat of none of this works if you don't know what the fuck you like, what the fuck you value, what the fuck you stand for. Because if you don't...
Well, most of our younger listeners won't even get to that point of life yet.
Well, yes, but I'm saying to implement such a plan or such a task, it's going to take those prerequisites to get to the point where, hey, we're here. I'm actually capable of doing what we're describing.
Okay.
Do you have a better way of doing it?
Of how I would describe just be yourself to a young person?
Sure. I don't know if there is an answer. Everybody has a different answer to everything.
Well, we've already seen over these last couple of decades what happens when people unreservedly just be themselves. It is a cacophony of screams, cries, and complaints. However...
Oh, boy.
No, I really think it does boil down to be as authentic as your circumstances allow. Again, just be yourself. You're going on your very first date as a young teen or a tween or whatever.
great, be yourself, so that way you actually know if you get along with this person, but maybe don't pick your nose. It's a gross habit. That was so perfectly timed. I didn't even mean for that to... Nice.
I know, it's just like I had an itch.
Nice. For our audience, Nick was not, in fact, digging for gold just a moment ago, but he happened to be scratching the bottom of his nostril. Right when I said, don't pick your nose, it's gross. It worked out perfectly.
I'm like, well, that's a little on the nose there, bub.
Uh-huh. Well, under for you, but yes. So I think, sincerely, that's probably how I'd describe it to a young person who really doesn't understand social context yet, because they are only just now becoming of age where they can conceive of themselves within a social environment.
Well, you just said something, too. Social context. Social context keeps fucking changing.
Yeah.
So there is, consistently, it's damn near impossible to do what we're saying, because it keeps changing.
No, it's not impossible.
Well,
it's just understanding that every situation you are going into where you think being yourself is the answer. Great, fantastic, do so. But only to the extent that surrounding circumstances allow. Democratic rally. Not the time to be your full authentic self if you're a conservative. A federal courtroom. Not the time to be a libertarian.
you're no fun anymore.
Republican rally. Not the time to chant Black Lives Matter.
You're no fun anymore. Well, even when we were in high school, and even in college, it was one of those things where the alphabet soup.
Wait, you went to college?
No.
Wow.
I know.
You're so smart.
That was a given, bub.
Oh, wait. You said you didn't go. You're so dumb.
That was a given. I don't know what I'm agreeing to now. Anyway.
Don't worry. Never discuss things with an idiot. I'll always drag you down my level and beat you with a stick.
Don't worry, because I drag you down to my level and just beat you with experience. I'm level 100 and dumbass.
Okay, I'm not telling you to, read off your character sheet in D&D, but sure.
So the goalpost keeps changing with social. Like social experiences, social whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever's
socially acceptable keeps changing.
Used to be that if you were gay, awesome. Now it's...
When was it ever you're gay, you're awesome? Besides in the last 20 years, 15 years.
I was always...
10 has been insane.
Well, yes. In the last 20 years, if you were gay, you don't touch them, you don't talk to them, it don't matter. It is a problem, but it's not your problem.
Really?
That's what I was taught. I understand I don't want to be around that type of culture just because of how toxic it is. And then you even get to the point where I saw the growth of, it's like, you see the stigma of like, oh, so-and-so is gay. And I'm like, okay.
Ours was we're not going to ostracize you because we know we're not supposed to, but don't ask, don't tell.
Uh-huh.
If you ever made it publicly known, sorry, now we have to make it clear it's not acceptable. But as long as you didn't make it obvious, we can let it slide.
Like, I've never...
It's a shameful act. You should be ashamed of it. That's why you're always hesitant to mention it or speak of it. No different than you're hesitant of telling your mother, oh yeah, I just ate a bitch out last night. It's not respectful. It is an animalistic urge.
Yeah, and that's not... Again, be yourself. Well, you're not going to go show your mother that you're eating out a bitch. Like, that's like... Yeah, you do your kinky stuff in the bedroom with your X, Y, and Z partner. Awesome.
I believe they're called X, Y, and Z now.
I don't...
Z-Zim.
Zed is actually a Power Rangers enemy. Like, main antagonist.
So is Zod.
That's Superman.
Same difference.
It's
They both dress up and
different.
jump around in circles.
No, Zed and Zod are two different... Whatever. I fucking hate you. It's not personal. I just fucking
hate. Yeah.
because you're so uneducated on all the things that.
Look, you're not wrong. You're just an asshole. It's fine.
I'm aware of all these things. Yeah. I don't know if I could care less if you're a faggot. It's just when you parade it and shove it down metaphorically down other people's throats, it's no different than.
I don't care if you're a stripper, just don't strip around my children. Yeah.
It's no different than our mutual friend who used to be.
I don't care if you enjoy BDSM, but showing up to church in a BDSM outfit's not appropriate.
Well, because there's a certain cordial. There's certain standards, certain guidelines that aren't written but understood.
It's not appropriate to go to the gas station in assless chaps, yes.
Depends on the gas station.
And the assless chaps. Or sorry, the ass in those chaps.
Correct. I'm just saying, it's a double standard sometimes. So, sometimes you get religion into, like, you got a Christian, you got a Muslim. Muslims shoving their shit down your throat, and it's like, why?
Well, I hope they're not.
Metaphorically.
That ain't kosher.
Metaphorically. It's just one of those things where you don't, be yourself to a certain extent. Be 10% of yourself. Leave the other 90 at home.
So is be yourself more of a public notice? A warning? Or gospel?
I think it's more of a warning. Because then, of course, if you are yourself and you're shoving your entire viewpoint onto me, and I never asked for it, I never wanted it, and all I wanted was a conversation, okay, great. I'm going to rebuttal, and if you get butthurt, that's on you because you started this entire fucking thing.
Right. Don't touch me with your pee-pee.
Correct.
Personality and preferences.
You just came up with that, and I'm a little...
You yanked it right on my rectum.
That's where you keep the thesaurus, I'm aware.
That sphincter went, and something came out.
So, I think closing thoughts, be yourself within reason.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Be yourself. It is a lie. It is a warning. It is a myth. But it is also the most important advisory notice of your life. Observe wisely.
Welcome to Some Topic, the podcast where two dangerously underqualified individuals tackle an ever-changing buffet of subjects we have no business discussing. From global politics to ghost squirrels, nothing is off limits, and nothing is properly researched. We are your hosts, two voices with microphones, a Wi-Fi connection, and just enough confidence to sound like we know what we're talking about. Spoiler, we don't. But that's never stopped anyone with a podcast before, and we refuse to be the first. Every week, we plunge headfirst into topics both serious and stupid, usually at the same time, armed only with sarcasm, caffeine, and a dangerous overestimation of our own coherence. Whether it's philosophy, politics, pop culture, or paranormal rodents, we approach each subject like two raccoons who broke into the Library of Alexandria, knocked over a torch, and now insist the fire was enlightenment. Our findings? Improvised. Our sources? Suspect. Our method? Whatever we yanked from our asses while marching proudly up the hill of stupidity, ready to fall honorably in the fog of ego, ontological confusion, and the blood-slick ruins of abandoned discourse. It's too late to turn back now. Your descent has begun. And we, your casually deranged hosts, will guide you in style straight through the crumbling ruins of reason. Listener discretion is enthusiastically advised. This podcast contains strong language, stronger delusions, and a persistent disregard for intellectual safety. If you're easily offended, chronically literal, or spiritually fragile, please relax your chakras, unclench whatever needs unclenching, and consider yelling at a tree instead. This is not journalism. This is not education. This is comedy. This is play. This is Some Topic.